Welcome to this note. Think of this as your premium mentorship masterclass. We're going to guide you out of that incredibly crowded space of generalist freelancing and straight into the highly lucrative role of a premium AI consultant. Look, we are living through literally the biggest technological shift since the birth of the internet. The opportunity for career growth, wealth building, and true business innovation, it's absolutely massive right now.
So let's talk about the elephant in the room, that number, $100 an hour. A lot of freelancers see that and instantly think, no way, that's impossible. But is it really? Today we're going to explore exactly why businesses are happily paying $100 an hour, or honestly, even more, for AI experts. And more importantly, we'll show you how to position yourself to capture that exact money-making potential. You see, it's not about how many hours you clock, it's about the massive financial impact of the problems you're solving.
Consider this, note, your roadmap. Here's what we're covering. First, the AI consulting revolution. Then, choosing your profitable niche, followed by adopting the trusted advisor mindset. After that, we'll dive into winning premium AI clients, delivering bulletproof business systems, and finally, scaling to that $100 an hour mark. Let's get to work.
Starting right in with part one, the AI consulting revolution.
Okay, so we've officially moved way past the phase where AI was just this shiny experimental toy. Today, it's an absolute business survival tool. Startups, massive enterprises, e-commerce brands, they all know they need AI to survive. But here's the catch. They completely lack the internal expertise to actually implement it. And well, that is exactly where you come in. The biggest mindset shift you've got to make right now to earn premium rates is ditching weak positioning. If you're out there saying, I use AI tools, you just sound like a commodity. But change that to, I automate repetitive work and save you money. And suddenly, you're not just selling software skills anymore. You are engineering business systems and solving very expensive problems.
You really need to internalize this reality. You aren't billing for the 60 minutes it took you to set a system up. You are billing for the thousands of dollars you just saved their business. Seriously, if your AI implementation saves a client 100 hours of manual labor a month or drastically lowers their customer acquisition cost, that return on investment heavily justifies your premium fee.
Moving right along to part two, choosing your profitable niche. Now that we grasp the economic shift, you have to specialize. Trying to be the AI expert for literally everything is a guaranteed way to just blend in and fail on platforms like Upwork. As a generalist, you're stuck in this exhausting race to the bottom, competing on price with thousands of other people. You don't want that. You want to become the obvious, undeniable choice for a specific problem. So instead of offering general AI help, you offer AI content automation specifically for marketing agencies. Or maybe AI customer support for SaaS companies. Think about it. When a SaaS founder needs to cut support costs, they aren't looking for a jack of all trades. They want the specialist.
Check out this AI opportunity matrix. It's a great way to evaluate exactly which niches you should pursue. You want to prioritize projects that deliver high business value to the client, but keep the implementation complexity totally manageable for you. Take a look at that bottom row, invoice processing. That delivers huge value for an accounting firm, and the complexity to automate it is completely manageable if you have the right tools. Now that is a highly profitable niche.
All right, on to part three, the trusted advisor mindset. As we move into the technical foundations, it's so important to understand that a premium consultant doesn't just push buttons on whatever new app came out today. They act as a trusted advisor. They truly understand both the capabilities and the strict limitations of the tech they're using. Take Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG, for example. Think of RAG like handing a highly intelligent but kind of generic intern a specific private company rulebook. Instead of just guessing, they consult the rulebook and give a perfectly accurate, context-aware answer every single time. Grasping architectures like this allows you to build secure, real-world business systems rather than just cheap parlor tricks.
And here's what the architecture of a genuinely bulletproof AI workflow looks like. I want you to notice step 4, human review. AI absolutely works best when it's integrated into a complete human-overseen process, rather than just being left to run in total isolation. When you can sit down and explain this kind of system map to a client, proving that you've thought through validation, human oversight, and reporting, you instantly elevate yourself from a standard freelancer to a true industry-grade consultant.
Let's dive into part 4, winning premium AI clients. So, armed with your technical knowledge and a strategic niche, it's time to fire up your client acquisition engine.
Upwork is an incredible global marketplace, but to actually thrive there, your digital storefront needs to be flawless. When a client lands on your profile, they are making split-second decisions. Your headline literally has to answer these 4 critical questions instantly. The best trick for this? Format your headline like this: role plus specialty plus result. Something like, AI automation consultant, streamlining business workflows. Boom! In one sentence, you've answered whether you can solve their problem and established that you are a trustworthy specialist.
And when you start sending out proposals and hopping on discovery calls, you need to completely reframe the conversation. Stop defending your hourly rate or trying to estimate how many hours a task will take. Instead, steer the entire conversation toward the long-term financial impact of what you're building. When a client starts viewing you as an investment that generates a return rather than just an expense that costs hours, your premium pricing suddenly becomes a total non-issue.
Moving into part 5, delivering bulletproof business systems.
Winning the client, that's just the start of the journey. How you actually deliver the project is what dictates whether you get those outstanding 5-star reviews, glowing referrals, and that lucrative repeat business. By sticking to a strict client onboarding checklist, you set a seriously professional tone right on day 1. It proves to the client that you're a structured partner who doesn't just wing it. You're gathering requirements, mapping workflows, and defining exactly what success looks like before you even touch a single piece of software.
But here's a reality check. Technology alone doesn't transform a company. People do. You have to use a change management framework to make sure the client's team actually adopts the AI tools you're building for them. Because if you build a flawless AI invoice processor, but the accounting team flat out refuses to use it, the project failed. You've got to build their awareness, train them so they have the ability, and reinforce that new habit. That is what premium consulting is all about.
And finally, part 6, scaling to $100 per hour. Let's talk about the bigger wealth-building vision here. You've got the skills, you've got the clients, you've nailed the delivery. So how do you physically scale your operations to consistently hit and even exceed that $100 an hour mark? It all boils down to the value equation. You justify those premium rates by maximizing the perceived return for the client. That means graduating from fixing tiny technical bugs to solving massive systemic business problems. You provide beautiful documentation, you eliminate all their implementation risk. When you radically increase the value they receive, their investment in you is going to feel like an absolute bargain.
The next big step in scaling is moving to productized services. Instead of burning yourself out writing custom proposals from scratch for every single lead, package up your expertise. Sell a standardized AI readiness assessment or an AI workflow audit. It gives you a clear scope, a fixed price, and totally predictable delivery. This speeds up your sales cycle tremendously and massively boosts your effective hourly rate.
This 12-month blueprint tracks your exact evolution. Because, let's be real, you don't just charge $100 an hour on day 1. In months 1 through 3, you are building your foundation and your portfolio. By month 6, you're stacking up those crucial reviews and building real credibility. By month 9, you're raising your rates and hyper-specializing. And by the end of the year, you're scaling by productizing your services and automating your own business. It is a very deliberate, structured journey. As you scale into that final phase, you're naturally going to want to diversify your digital income streams. You transition beyond just doing the manual work. You start offering corporate training workshops, selling monthly retainers to maintain the systems you built, and maybe even selling your own digital templates. This entirely decouples your personal time from your earning potential, allowing you to build a highly resilient, high-revenue agency. So I want to leave you with this final thought. Are you going to just keep renting out your time to the lowest bidder? Or are you finally ready to start engineering systems that generate real, lasting wealth? The AI revolution isn't waiting around for anyone. Use this note as your blueprint, get out there, take massive action, and claim your space in the digital economy today.